Of the 300 subjects who participated in an experiment using virtual reality therapy to reduce their fear of heights, 40% experienced sweaty palms, 30% experienced vomiting, and 75% dizziness. Which means we clearly have three sets here. For three sets question, we straight away draw the Venn diagram and then we start filling the Venn diagram with the information. Now we have 300 subjects, but as I see the remaining question, I see most of the information is given in percentages. So what I prefer in such questions is that I always make the diagram in those figures which are given in plenty. For example, here more information is in percentages, so I would like to draw this in percentages where I take it as 100% is equal to actually 300 subjects. 40% experience sweaty palm is 40, vomiting is 30, and dizziness is equal to 75. If all the subjects experienced at least one of these effects, that means everything outside these three circles is 0. And 35% experienced exactly two of these effects. Exactly two of these effects means these three regions A, B and C, and we can say that A plus B plus C is equal to 35 in percentages. Right? How many of the subjects experienced only one of these effects? So what we need to find out is D, E, F. Then we have to find D plus E plus F to answer this particular question. Now let's quickly do the calculation. We have A, B, C, D, E, F. We can mark this place as G, which is common to all the three circles. The one very quick thing that we can do is we can take the union of all of them and equate it with 100. So that's one thing, but in that case we will have G left out. And the second thing is we can form a few equations. What I'll do is I'll quickly go the shorter way that I feel. That means I'm going to take the union of all these three circles. The union of all of them will be 40 is the first circle, plus 30 is the second circle, plus 75 is the third circle. But A, B and C in this case have been counted twice, so I'm going to subtract A, B, C twice, and G has been counted thrice, which means I have to subtract G twice and then equate it with 100. Now here I have everything except G, so I can calculate the value of G here. That means 2G is equal to 70 plus 75 is 145 minus 100 minus 35. That means it becomes 10, so we know that G is equal to 5. That's first information. Now that we know the value of G, we have to find out the value of A plus B plus C. So what we can do at this moment is that we can form a few equations. For example, what I see is that this entire circle is 40. That means everything outside this circle should be 60%, which means, and outside this circle we have three variables. That means C plus E plus F is equal to 100 minus 40, which is equal to 60. Right? Similarly, we can form three such equations. So this is, let me write it 60. This circle is 75. That means every value outside the circle will be 100 minus 75, which is 25. And outside the circle, we have D, B, and E. That means we can say B plus D plus E is equal to 100 minus 75, which is 25. Similarly, this complete circle is 30. That means everything outside this should be 70. Outside this, we have these three variables, A plus D plus F. A plus D plus F is equal to 70. Now, we have these three equations. We can quickly add these three equations and see what we get when we add all of them. We get their summation. The summation is, we have A comes once, plus B comes once, plus C comes once, plus D has come twice, plus E has come twice, plus F has come twice, and we have to equate it with the summation of these three numbers. That means 155. A plus B plus C, we already have the information, that is 35. We subtract 35, then we get 2 times of D plus E plus F is equal to 155 minus 35, which is equal to 120, which means we understand that D plus E plus F is equal to 60. And now, because 100% is equal to 300, so 60% of 300 will now be 180. Therefore, the answer to this question will be option D. So this is one way. In fact, while solving this, I could quickly understand that there are two methods that I have touched upon. Now, one method is clearly right below this line, what I've done. And the second method is using this. When we found the value of g is equal to 5, I could have simply added all of them and had equated that to be equal to 100. Because addition of all of them after this step. Now the next step could have been addition of all of them. That means sum of a plus b plus c plus d plus e plus f plus g is equal to 100, and that would have given us the same information. That means d plus e plus f would have been equal to 60 again. So here you can consider that there are these two methods that we have discussed in this question. I hope you enjoyed the explanation. Thank you so much.